Alright, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So the Boyle had his big first day at work, and I feel like I've landed in a place where I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what I've stumbled on here. Like, it was a long, hard, tough day at work, but it felt doable. Like, I just feel like this whole this whole work thing, or at least this fucking project, all these government projects and the amount of money these cunts on these sites are getting paid is just one big fucking scam. Like the dude in the alley Mac, which is like the lift that goes up and down one level, and this cunt complains as well about taking us up and down. He's on $60 an hour. But it's not just that. After like 6 hours, he's on double time. $120 to press the fucking lift. And it's not only that. He gets meal allowance, side allowance, travel allowance. Like, I think the cunt's clearing like $4,000 a week. And he's pressing a button. And then he's complaining. But anyway, I get to the site and my crew, I'm like, what fucking... I didn't know. I wasn't too sure. It took me a minute to figure them out. But my crew was the Filipino guy. He's the leading hand. Then there was like a couple of like Australian Indian dudes. And then like a Serbian dude. And I'm going to say he was from Iraq. Some Middle Eastern dude. And I'm like, this is a strange fucking crew. What's going on here exactly? And we're doing waterproofing, and it's basically laying down vinyl over concrete. It's PVC, but I'll just say vinyl so you know what it is. Like vinyl flooring, and then you got to make it airtight so it doesn't fucking leak. That's pretty much it. So I go down there, and the supervisor throws me in with the lads, and I get put off with these two guys, the Serbian-looking dude and the Indian-Australian guy. And they're showing me the ropes. They're like, you got to do this, you got to do that. And they're teaching me. They're my teachers. They're the ones showing me what to do. And then the Indian guy's like, I don't know why I'm teaching you. This is my third day. And the Serbian guy goes, I've only been here a week. And I'm like, what? I'm like, isn't there someone more experienced that should be showing me the ropes? Like, where are the other, where are the experienced people? And they're like, well, I think that dude's been here for like 17 years, but the rest of us are new. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is one of those jobs where, like, the money's good, but it's a bullshit job, so people just leave. And it's hard to keep people. So, fucking, I was there from 6:30 to 6:30. Well, I got paid from 6:30 to 6:30, which is great, but I actually left at 5:30. But it's a fucking hour drive. Well, 45 minutes drive. And, like, the work's not hard. I thought it was going to be hard, like, arduous work. The work's actually pretty decent. It's just fucking been there for that long. So the challenge of the job is just being able to grind out the 12 hours. And so I got on site and I was going pretty hard. I figured out what the fuck you needed to do in like maybe 45 minutes. I figured out what needed to be done. So I just started doing it. I just started doing whatever I needed to do. And I was like, I'm going to make a good impression in this job because it's really good money, like really good money. It's the best I've ever been paid. And you can do whatever overtime you want to do. I'm going to end up doing like 30 hours of overtime a week. But yeah, the thing is, the challenge is just mentally grinding out the 12 hours. So I got in there, went real hard. And then the leading hand, the boss, was like, just take it easy. Just take it easy. I'm like, I'm going to go get a drink. He's like, hey. You just go get a drink. If you need to go to the toilet, you go to the toilet. Do whatever you want. It's fine. Just take it easy. And then I started speaking to the Serbian guy, and he's just like, oh, dude, these guys are fucking chill as fuck. He's like, the work's fucking pretty basic work. He's like, the only challenge is the hours. So just don't burn yourself out. Everyone's telling me just to chill out, don't burn myself. I think that's the thing. Like when you're doing big hours like that and everyone's doing the big hours, no one expects you to work hard for fucking that long. And it is physical. It is pretty decently physical. Like I'm completely fucked. But it's not as bad as like steel rigging or even being in the crane. And you don't have to use your brain either. So like once I get comfortable here, I can just zone out for 8 of those 12 hours. There was one guy on site, I didn't even speak to him. He was just over in a corner doing something with his headphones in for like the whole time, for like 10 hours. And then at the end of work, he just popped them out and we all left together. It's a very strange, it's like a little bit of riffraff. Like it's like people who haven't been able to make it in any other trade or vocation or anything have ended up here. Because I asked the Serbian guy, I was like, what were you doing before this? He was like, oh, I was supervising a building site. And I'm like, so what are you doing here? And he just started rubbing his fingers together. The money. And I was speaking to the Indian dude, Australian Indian dude. And he's like your typical fucking slacker. He knocked off at 2 today because he had to go to the chiropractor, which is what I wanted to do tomorrow. And I was like, what were you doing? And he was laying cement, but I get the feeling he was not laying much cement. He said he was a concreter, but I feel like he wasn't doing too much concreting. I don't think he'd ever done any concreting. It's just a very strange little fucking crew. It's a strange job. It makes no sense. Like you don't need a skill to do it. I don't know how long I'm going to last at this job, but I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can do like a 3-month, 4-month, 5-month stint, get all the bills paid off, get some more investments in, and not completely tear myself apart. Because those hours, they're long, but it seemed manageable. It feels like, this is what it feels like. It feels like the bad kids or the degenerates at school that got kicked out of every class, that fucking never listened, that never did anything with their life, have ended up somehow all together in this job. And it's high paying and it's not too bad as long as you do the hours. And everyone's keeping it low profile just in case it ends, just in case they get found out. So everyone's real low key quiet, just looking around, just hoping no one notices that they're doing nothing. From everyone, from the leading hand to the guy on his first day, me. But I was working pretty hard, and the Serbian guy goes like, just take it easy, mate. When you hit 3 o'clock, it's hard. The last 2 hours, I will admit, were fucking difficult. I was gassed. I didn't want to look at my phone. My feet were hurting. I wasn't into it, but I feel like this is better than the cranes. I feel like if I just fucking focus my mind, just get through each day, then I'll get the pay every Tuesday and just restart the week. So after work, I ended up driving home, went to my son's soccer training, caught the last half hour of that. And then actually my mum's here. I forgot about that. Mum's here. We came home. She opened her suitcase and pulled out a half-drunk wine bottle in a brown paper bag, which I'll get into later. That's what she pulled out of her bag, first thing. And it was spilling in her bag as well because she had forgot to screw the cap back on properly after she necked it straight from the bottle. Anyway, she's here. And I went to a gig and I had a fucking sweet gig. I tried a couple of new things and they went fucking great. So it was manageable. I was really, really fucking worried. Like, I was really worried. I haven't been sleeping properly thinking about this shit. But today, if it continues like today, then I'm going to get these fucking debts paid off for sure. Anyway, I was up at 5:15 this morning and it's work again tomorrow. That's what it is. The Boyle is a fucking working man. I kind of feel good after a hard, honest day's work. Feels good to be part of the community again. Anyway, that'll do it for today, and I'll see you the fuck later.